You Drive, starring John Hurd, with Stacy Keach as your narrator, was adapted for radio by Dennis Etchison and written for The Twilight Zone by Earl Hammer Jr. Heard in the cast were Meg Falcon, Jeff Lupetin, Ann Whitney, Doug James, Darren Stevens, Carl Amari, Alyssa Fraden, Elizabeth Lido, Kip Karstedt, C.J. Amari, and Christopher Bolf. To learn more about the Twilight Zone radio dramas and to obtain audio cassettes and CDs of these programs, visit our website at twilightzoneradio.com. The producers of The Twilight Zone wish to thank CBS Enterprises, Carol Serling, Dennis Etchison, Dick Brescia Associates, Claire Simon Casting, Terry Jennings, XM Satellite Radio, Sirius Satellite Radio, our sponsors and our radio affiliates for helping make this series possible. This copyrighted radio series is produced and directed by Carl Amari for Falcon Picture Group. Audio editing, sound design, Foley effects, and mix for the Twilight Zone radio dramas are by Cerny American creatives Craig Lee, Michael Slaybach, Bob Benson, and Jason Rizzo. To learn more about the Twilight Zone radio dramas and to contact us, visit our official website at twilightzoneradio.com. Doug James speaking.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Finally.
The day's getting longer or what?
Too long, if you ask me.
It's that time of year.
What do you mean?
It gets dark so early.
Then we ought to knock off sooner. 4 o'clock instead of 5.
Oh, old man Roscoe would love that.
Hey, Mary Ellen, let me get those files for you.
You want to carry my books, Rich?
No problem.
I guess not, for a big, strong man like you.
I was wondering, how about I buy you a drink?
No thanks. I have to drive home.
Just one?
Some other time. Besides, it looks like it's gonna rain.
We could stop off at the corner.
Leave her alone, Rich. Can't you see she's not interested?
Just trying to be friendly.
Good night, Mr. Pope. Don't work too late.
I won't. Look at them go. Never worked overtime in their lives.
You still at it, Ollie?
Few more minutes, almost done.
I was about to leave.
Go ahead, I'll lock up.
Let me give you a hand. What do you got left?
Why does he always want to give me a hand? Thinks I can't do it, is that it?
Oh, no, not that much. Just some letters.
Well, give them to me. I'll do them for you.
What's he trying to prove?
Don't worry, I can handle it.
I know you can, but I'm your assistant, you know. Let me assist.
Yeah, assist me right out of a job. That's what you're after, isn't it, Pete?
That's all right.
Come on. I'm your friend, too.
Sure, Pete, a real friend. You want my desk, don't you?
Go on home.
You know, Ollie, you don't look so good. You're working too hard. You gotta take it easy, you know?
I'm fine. I'm fine, really. Just get out of here.
Well, if you're sure.
I'm sure.
Sure, I'm sure. Working too hard. What does he know about it? What do any of them know about it? Look at this traffic. You'd think it never rained in this town before.
Pull over. Let me pass. What's the matter with these drivers? All a man wants is to get home after a hard day. They probably don't even have a home. Creeping off to the nearest bar, knock back a few. Make the light. Go on through. Punch it. Come on. It's still yellow. Make the turn.
Hey, mister! Don't you see me?
Help! He tried to hit the newspaper boy. I saw the whole thing. Stop! Somebody stop that car! Help! Police!
Portrait of a hit-and-run driver. The name is Oliver Pope, a shaky little citizen, insecure in his job, suspicious of the world and its inhabitants. A man who feels big and powerful and secure only when he's behind the wheel of a car. Oliver Pope has just arrived at a crossroads in his life. The hit occurred in the world he knows. The run will take place in the Twilight Zone.
And now, The Twilight Zone and our story, You Drive, starring John Hurd, with Stacy Keach as your narrator.
Come on, garage door. Open. What's the matter with this thing? Good Lord. What have I done?
Ollie?
Yeah?
I'm in the kitchen. Did you put the car away?
What?
The car. Why did you put it in the garage? I thought we were going to the movie.
It's raining, Lillian.
Well, still, it was supposed to stop.
Well, it hasn't.
Where are you going? Dinner's almost ready. We can still make the first show.
I have a splitting headache.
Bad day at the office?
They're all bad.
Well, then, the movie will take your mind off it. You've been under a strain.
I'm not under a strain. It's just...
Just what?
I think Pete Radcliffe wants my job.
Oh, come now. He doesn't impress me as that kind of person at all.
Why does she disagree with everything I say?
Lillian, please.
Here, take this.
I don't need it.
Yes, you do. You're tired and cross and you have a headache. An aspirin will make you feel better. Good for your heart, too.
She thinks I got one foot in the grave.
Ooh, you're shaking. Let me feel your head.
What are you doing?
I want to see if you have a fever. You might have the flu bug that's going around.
Leave me alone.
Stop fussing over me, please.
You should be glad that someone cares about your health.
I'll be fine. But I don't want to go to a movie.
Well, maybe tomorrow night then, if you feel better.
I'll feel better if you just leave me alone.
Did you lower the garage door?
Of course I did.
Well, it sounds like someone just opened it.
That's impossible.
Listen,
Probably the cat.
I'm serious. Does the cat know how to work the garage door remote?
All right, I'll check it out. Who's there? Thought I closed it. Who did that? I didn't even touch it. The headlights? Somebody in the car? Get out, or I'll call the police.
No, you won't. You definitely don't want the police around.
I'm not kidding.
Nobody. You're cracking up, Ollie, old boy.
Then who just turned the headlights on?
There. Now they're off. Tell them it was a short circuit. The moisture.
But the headlight switch was on. Somebody pulled it out.
Did they? And who would that be?
Well,
That must have been a short, rain and all.
was it the cat?
I don't know, Lillian.
Did you turn the car lights on?
Yes. I mean, no. I mean, I turned them off.
You mean they turned themselves on?
Faulty connection or something?
Shouldn't be acting that way. We just had a $200 tune-up. You didn't see the paper out there, did you?
No.
Oh, the boy's late tonight. I guess it's the rain. Here's your supper.
I don't have much of an appetite.
Oliver, sit. You need your nourishment.
I'm gonna lie down for a while. I got a lot on my mind.
Oh, no. You'll eat your salad and then we'll see. Greens for what ails you. Sit.
On his rounds in the rain when a hit-and-run driver collided with the bicycle. So far, an eyewitness has been unable to provide a description of the vehicle or a license plate number. We'll bring you any late-breaking developments. Back to you in the studio, John.
What are you watching?
Nothing. I just thought I'd catch the news.
I thought you were going to lie down.
I am.
Well, try to get some rest. I'll check on you in a little while.
Yes, is this the TV station? I'm calling about one of your news stories. There was an accident tonight on the corner of 3rd and Elm. Could you tell me... Oh, I'm a friend of the family. That's right. Could you tell me how the boy is? I see. Yes. That's terrible. Terrible. Critical condition. What do I do now? What if...
You don't do anything. You'll be fine. Nobody saw you clearly. Put it out of your mind. That kind of thinking makes a man crazy.
But it was me. I did it.
Did you? If a tree falls and nobody hears it, did it happen? Answer me that.
But I have to do something.
That's right. Be a man for a change. In the morning, it'll be nothing but a memory. You'll see.
What in the...
Ollie? Ollie, what is it?
Nothing. Go back to sleep.
Oh, come to bed. Why are you standing at the window?
I couldn't sleep.
Oh, there it is again. I thought I was dreaming. What?
Some jerk waking people up in the middle of the night.
But that's your horn, Ollie.
Who's out there? Who's doing this? Huh. Wires must be wet. Take care of it first thing in the morning. That's enough! I had it with this piece of junk. Where's that wire? There. Stupid car. You trying to kill me, slamming the hood like that? I never even touched it.
You tell him, Ollie. Don't let a piece of machinery push you around.
There you are. 1 egg or 2.
Just toast.
Oh, the morning paper came. Oh, terrible about that little boy, isn't it?
What little boy?
Oh, right there on the front page. Just 12 years old and they don't expect him to live. Oh, I hope they catch the man who did it so he gets what he deserves.
How'd you know it's a man?
Oh, didn't you read that far? There was a witness. Oh, drink your juice. I'll make your toast. You gotta have more than that. How can you expect to do a day's work on 1 piece of toast?
I'm not going to work. I don't feel so hot.
I thought you said you fixed that.
I did.
Are you sure there wasn't someone in the garage last night?
I told you, okay? The car's old. Nothing works right on it.
Our other car was old and it didn't go honking its head off in the middle of the night.
I'm going to get rid of it.
Oh, well, that's just great. Then what will we drive? You know we can't afford a new car.
I don't care.
Well, I do. I'm going to take it down and have it looked at right after breakfast.
You do that if you want, but I'm still getting rid of it.
That's it, Ollie. You tell her. You're the boss of her and that car, aren't you? Well, aren't you?
And that low-pressure area seems to have passed over. In local news, still no word on yesterday's hit and run. The boy, 12-year-old Timmy Danvers, remains in critical condition. We'll be back with the sports news after this.
So sad. Oh, I don't believe it. Now something's wrong with the steering. Turn!
Big rig on Old River School Road.
10-4. Help you, ma'am?
Oh, officer, I am so glad to see you. My car seems to have broken down. Do you know where there's a payphone?
Back a block at Lincoln. You'll see it.
Thank you.
Not out of gas, are you?
No, the tank's full.
Here, let me try to get it started.
No, I'm afraid it wouldn't do any good. This car is nothing but trouble. Hello, Auto Club? I need a tow. Yes, at 3rd and Elm. I don't know what the trouble is. It just stopped and now it won't start. Would you please send the truck right away? It's in the middle of the street. Ollie?
In here. What took you so long?
Oh, I have never had such a morning. That car!
Where is it? I didn't hear you drive up.
It's at the garage. I had to take a cab home.
What happened?
The strangest thing I've ever seen. It all started down there at the corner. I tried to turn right, but I couldn't.
What do you mean you couldn't?
The wheel wouldn't turn. It wouldn't let me go where I wanted to go.
Where was this?
Oh, it finally stalled at the intersection near Lincoln.
Which intersection exactly?
3rd and Elm.
Stalled?
The motor died, and there I was, right in traffic. Oh, it was embarrassing. Even the policeman couldn't get it started.
Please. What were the police doing there?
A motorcycle officer came by while I was waiting. I think he wanted to watch the corner. It's that same corner where the child was run down last night. Maybe they're keeping a lookout in case the driver returns to the scene of the crime.
Did he say whether they had any leads yet?
Why, yes. As a matter of fact, he said they were very close to making an arrest.
Is that right?
The witness can almost remember the license plate. Oh, I hope they get him soon. None of us are safe with a madman like that around.
What in the...
It sounds like...
I thought you said it was at the mechanics.
Oh, no!
What are you trying to pull?
Oliver, what are you talking about?
You just told me you had it towed for repairs.
I did!
I tore out the wire to the horn last night. But what is it doing here?
That's what I want to know.
Hello? Speaking. No, I didn't pick it up. Neither did my wife. Yeah, I do know where it is. It's right here at my house. Didn't one of your guys bring it out? Well, I don't understand it either, okay, pal? But I want you to understand something. Don't go sending me any bill. It wasn't there long enough for you to even look at it.
Guess you told him, but that still doesn't explain.
Oliver, I'm confused.
You're not the only one. What do you know about this?
Was that the mechanic?
He said they'd lost the car. Imagine the nerve of that guy.
But it isn't lost. It's in our garage.
Well, then you tell me how it got here. They didn't deliver it.
Oh, I suppose it drove itself home.
Don't answer that.
Why not?
Will you do as I say?
If it's for me, I'm not here.
Why? Ollie, what's happening? Your eyes. You look frightened.
Nothing. I just don't want to see anybody.
I don't know what's come over you, but if you don't get over these heebie-jeebies fast, I'm gonna call the doctor.
Are you gonna let her talk to you like that? Be a man.
Well, Pete Radcliffe.
Morning, Mrs. Pope. Or afternoon, I guess it is.
Oh, what a nice surprise.
Ollie here?
Yes, he's in the kitchen.
Could I see him, please?
Well, just for a few minutes. He's a little under the weather today.
That's what I figured. I thought I'd stop by in my lunch hour. How's he doing?
Oh, nothing serious. I think it's just a touch of the flu. He's in the kitchen. Ah, guess who's here?
Hey, Ollie boy. I hear that mystery bug's got you down for the count, huh?
Not quite. I'll be back to work tomorrow.
Oh, I hope so, buddy. Kind of slow around there without you.
He's lying through his teeth.
What brings you over here, Pete?
Well, you didn't show up this morning. I thought I'd do you a favor and empty that in basket of yours.
Now that's going too far.
Pete, I've got important papers in that basket.
Not anymore. I took care of it. Every letter answered. Here they are. All they need is your signature.
Give me those.
Ollie.
Gosh, Ollie, I was just trying to do you a favor.
You want to do me a favor? Stop bucking for my job. I take one morning off and already you're making noises like you're the head of the department.
Hey, you got me wrong. I was just trying to help so you wouldn't fall behind.
Don't try so hard.
Think I enjoyed sitting there dictating your letters? Well, I've got better things to do.
So, go do them. Nobody's holding you here.
I think maybe I will. In case you didn't know, a kid was run down on our street last night. Yeah, he lived just 2 doors away from us. Used to play with my kid. That was one nice, decent, fun-loving, ambitious little kid with a paper route, and some maniac smashed into him with his car and left him bleeding in the rain.
We read about it in the paper. Such a shame.
They didn't actually hit him, did he? Just ran him off the road.
Same difference. Let me tell you, we're watching that corner. He'll show up. They always do. And when he does, he'll give himself away.
You haven't heard how the little boy's getting along, have you, Pete?
He's dead, Mrs. Pope. About an hour ago.
Oh.
So long. I'll be going now.
Oh, I'll see you to the door.
He knows. He doesn't know, Jack. Just tough it out, buddy boy. There's not a mark on your car. They'll nab somebody for it. Just you wait.
Where are you, 51? Check in.
Stakeout, corner of Elm and 3rd. No luck yet.
The chief needs you back at the station.
That's Big 10-4.
Are you leaving, officer?
For a while, ma'am. I'll try again at rush hour. You see a suspicious car, you get the license plate this time.
Should I try to stop him?
No. No way. Keep your distance and call it in. We'll follow up.
You simply have to stop him. That little boy was very special on this block. Everyone loved him.
I'm sure they did.
Officer!
Yes, ma'am?
I think that's him.
Are you sure?
No, but
That won't do. You've got to make a positive ID.
he's getting away.
You know, if I had something more to go on...
The car's the same color. Yes, he's the one. I'm sure of it.
Wait here.
Yes, officer?
Driver's license and registration, please.
Oh, sure. I just live down the street. How's it coming with that hit and run?
Can I ask you a question, sir?
Sure. What?
Where were you about 6:15 last night?
Home with my wife and kids. Why?
I've got a witness who says you're wrong.
Talk about what? Look, I tell you, I was with...
License and registration, and don't try anything funny.
You gotta be kidding.
This is 51. I need backup at 3rd and Elm. Possible suspect.
I'm not the one you're looking for. Listen to me. My name's Pete Radcliffe. I live right down the...
Turn around, please. Hands on the car. And don't make any fast moves.
What are you doing?
I'm taking you into custody. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
But I'm not the one. Will you listen to me? I'm not him.
There you are, just in time for dinner. You feeling better after your nap?
I guess so. Paper come?
By your plate. I'm just giving you a little chicken broth and some crackers tonight. Nothing too heavy. I know you want to get back to the office tomorrow and... Ollie, what on earth is the matter?
Did you see the headline?
No, dear, I haven't opened it yet. What does it say?
They've made an arrest.
About what? You're not making sense.
The hit-and-run driver.
Really? Well, I'm glad to hear it. But is that any reason for you to take on so? You're as white as a ghost.
The man they've arrested is Pete Radcliffe.
Let me see. I just can't believe it.
Read what it says. Positively identified by an eyewitness.
Well, I still don't believe it.
Why not?
You can tell when a man would do a thing like that. Pete just isn't the type.
You don't know him like I do.
No, I suppose you're right. You've always claimed he was sneaky after your job and all.
Yeah, I guess I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Ollie, I'm surprised at you. How can you take satisfaction out of someone else's misfortune?
I don't get any pleasure out of it. I just said that I don't have anything to worry about at the office.
Oh!
Stay calm.
Ollie, there is someone in the garage, and now I'm not imagining it this time.
There's nobody there.
Don't you tell me it was my imagination. You heard it. Aren't you going to look?
A little noise, that's all. Could have come from anywhere.
It came from the garage. If you're afraid, I'll call the police.
No. No police. I'll go. Now what? The whole front bumper. Looks like it fell right off. Or somebody pulled it off. Who did this? Who's in here?
Did you see anybody?
No, there's nobody out there.
Then what made the noise?
That cat. It was pawing around the garbage. It knocked the lid off.
Well, it certainly made a racket. Don't you want your chicken broth, dear?
No, I don't feel so good.
Oliver, wake up!
What?
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Sounds like some nut's got his radio turned up as far as it'll go.
Oh, see where it's coming from. Where's my robe?
It must be coming from next door at the Cassidys. That teenage boy of theirs.
Cut out that noise. People are trying to get some sleep around here.
Dad's telling him.
Hey, over there. Did you hear what I just said?
Is it at the Cassidys?
I think so, but it's so loud they can't hear me. I'll go over.
Oh, what can those people be thinking running a radio like that at this time of night?
I'll take care of it.
Attaboy.
What is this?
And now the news. An arrest has been made of the accident that fatally injured young Timmy Danvers.
Radio in my own car. Somebody or something is trying to drive me insane.
The suspect, Peter Radcliffe, has been identified by Mrs. Daniel Hastings, who was walking her dog at the corner of... Funeral services for the victim will take place tomorrow afternoon at the Church of the Good Shepherd.
No!
Take charge of it. Kill it. The right tool for the right job. How about a hammer?
Yesterday's hit and run.
Leave me be, you piece of junk!
For the victim will take place tomorrow.
Can't see! Turn those headlights off me!
An arrest has been
Off,
made
I
in the
said!
accident that fatally injured young Timmy Danvers. Young Timmy Danvers. An arrest has been made in the accident. Fatally injured Timmy Danvers.
Oh, Ollie, I wanted to surprise you.
I don't need any more surprises.
I was going to bring you breakfast in bed.
I'm not an invalid. A fever and a little lost sleep doesn't make me bedridden.
Well, eat as much of it as you can. I still think you should have called the police.
Why?
To find out why prowlers are coming into our garage. This makes 2 nights running.
I'll install a new lock when I get home tonight.
Ollie, you haven't eaten anything.
Not hungry.
Ollie? Ollie, are you sure?
Please, stop fussing. I have to get ready for work.
Now, don't you stay in that office and try to work if you feel bad. You come on home.
All right, Lil.
Aren't you going to drive?
I thought I'd take the bus.
Now?
I don't trust the car. It's falling apart.
So what should we do? Are you just going to let it sit in the garage?
No, I'll put an ad in the paper. Maybe we can unload it on somebody. For now, leave it as it is.
If you say so. Bye.
Bye.
Morning, Lillian.
Oh, good morning, Alice.
How's everything?
Fine, I guess.
Are you sure?
Oh, it's Ollie. He's so nervous lately.
What's wrong?
Well, he's not getting enough sleep, for one thing. Neither am I. All that noise in the middle of the night.
I heard it. Was it the Cassidys?
That's what I thought. But, oh, you won't believe this. Someone broke into our garage.
No.
I told Ollie to call the police, but you know how men are. If it happens again, though, I'm calling them myself.
You should. Did they steal anything?
I don't think so, but they fooled around with the car, turned the radio on and off. It was terrible.
Oh, I bet. I hope they didn't do any damage.
Well, Ollie says it isn't serious, but he wants to sell it. Now I suppose we'll have to buy a new car.
Well, at least it runs. There he goes now. Oh, looks like it's going to rain.
But Ollie's not driving to work. He's walking to the bus stop.
Then who's driving your car?
Watch out! Alice!
Lillian, maybe I'm going blind, but I'd swear there's no one at the wheel.
I don't believe this. Get away from me. Leave me alone. I said get away. What do you want from me?
Hey, mister. What are you doing in my yard?
I have to get to the next block. Out of my way. Taxi! Taxi, over here! Thank God.
So where are you headed?
Anywhere away from here.
Yeah, sure thing, pal. Just let me turn around here.
No. Stop!
Well, who's that? Hey, what's going on here? He could have totaled my hack. Hey, listen, fella, watch where you're driving.
Don't. Just go. Get out of here.
Yeah, not till I give that guy a piece of my mind. Hey, who's driving? What the heck is going on here? Hey, cops! Somebody's tearing up my cab!
Stop! I'll do whatever you want. What am I supposed to do? Get in? All right, I'm getting in, see? See, I'm getting in. Now, where are you taking me? Now you've done it. Is this what you want? For me to get caught? For your crime?
Face it, Ollie, old boy. It's not the car. It's you. There was always you. Stop trying to lay it off on a piece of Detroit iron. Stand up and face it for once in your life.
Slow down. You're gonna get me killed.
Come off it. Take your punishment. Thought you were pretty clever, didn't you? Well, you weren't clever enough.
I am not what I drive. I'm a man. I tell you, a man.
That's right, a man. Just think, your name will be all over the papers. You were a man who was not afraid, who would not break, who drove to the police station under his own power and turned himself in.
That's it. I am a man. A man who would not be broken. A man who stood up. A man who took his medicine.
This is an all-points bulletin for drivers within the sound of my voice.
Any persons attempting to conceal criminal acts involving their cars are hereby warned. Check first to see that underneath the hood there does not lie a conscience, and that the hum of the engine is not really the beating of something very much like a heart, especially if you're riding along a rain-soaked highway on your way to the Twilight Zone.
More from the Twilight Zone after this.
You are about to enter another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind, a journey into a wondrous land of imagination. Next stop, the Twilight Zone. Hi, this is Stacy Keach. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about our Twilight Zone website at twilightzoneradio.com. At twilightzoneradio.com, you'll find the latest information on these Twilight Zone radio dramas, including behind-the-scenes photographs, plus the newest product releases, trivia contests, ways to contact us, other Twilight Zone-related info and merchandise, plus links to other fascinating websites. So make your next stop twilightzoneradio.com.
Visit twilightzoneradio.com to purchase these Twilight Zone radio dramas on cassette and CD, or call toll-free 1-866-989-ZONE. That's 1-866-989-9663.
There is a fifth dimension beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Glenn, honey.
Snooze alarm.
That was the snooze alarm. Time to rise and shine. Want breakfast?
No.
Coffee, at least.
Why are you up already?
Well, I had some things to take care of.
Well, you should sleep in.
Well, I'm awake now. Let's go, Tiger.
All right.
Careful.
Sorry.
What happened?
Nothing. I knocked over the picture. Too much stuff on this table.
Don't worry about it. I'll clean it up. You'd better get ready.
Okay. Something wrong with the mirror? What in the... Claire? Something isn't right.
Look at this magazine ad. Really a nice layout. Who did it?
Claire?
Not McCloskey, that's for sure.
Claire!
I wonder if it was Wolfus or...
Look at me! Look at me!
Yeah?
What do you see?
Oh, Glenn, please.
I asked you a question.
Coffee's in the kitchen. Why don't you take your shower and...
Who do you see?
What kind of question is that? Am I supposed to see something?
This isn't me!
You're right.
I knew it!
It's somebody acting like an idiot.
My face, Claire! Look at my face!
Very nice. Now, don't forget to shave.
You think it's nice? I just looked in the mirror and I've never seen this face before in my life!
Meet Glenn Holbrook, a man who believes in the old adage, to know thyself, and who, until this morning, made a practice of doing exactly that. For most of his adult life, Mr. Holbrook has felt very much at home in his own skin. But a moment ago, he caught a glimpse of himself in the bathroom mirror and didn't recognize the stranger staring back. Whether he will discover that stranger's identity remains to be seen. Because somehow the law of cause and effect has been temporarily interrupted. It was put on hold the moment he awoke to find himself a new resident of the Twilight Zone.
And now, The Twilight Zone and our story, Who Am I? Starring Sean Astin, with Stacy Keach as your narrator.
What are you talking about?
I'm trying to tell you. I looked in the mirror and...
You must have had a bad night. I'll bring you some coffee.
I don't want any coffee. Claire, take a good, long look, and then answer this.
Yes?
How can a man go to bed one person and wake up another?
Who did?
Me!
That's ridiculous.
All right, the joke's over. Look at the person standing right here, in front of you.
I'm looking.
Tell me you see Glenn Holbrook.
What?
Go ahead, let me hear you say it.
Well, as far as I can tell, you're the man I married. Satisfied? I think I know what you look like.
Not as well as I do. I know the face I grew up with.
You're the same, Glenn.
Then when did I get this?
This what?
This scar on my cheek.
Okay. You want to talk about your scar? We'll talk about it. But it's no big deal, really.
Since when?
You used to think people were staring at you, then you finally got it.
Got what?
You figured out that nobody pays attention to anyone but themselves. Personally, I think it's sexy.
Claire, listen to me. I'm not crazy.
I didn't say you were.
I swear to you, I never saw this scar before.
That's impossible.
Why?
Because you were still sensitive about it when I met you. It was years before you told me how it happened.
And how did it happen?
Oh, come on.
Please, just tell me.
You were a child. You and some other boys were playing war. Somebody threw a rock and it hit you in the cheek. It required 7 stitches. Your mother was hysterical. Isn't that right?
No, it never happened. Not to me.
I've had about enough of this. It's getting late. Go over to the bedroom mirror and we'll settle it.
These eyes are brown. My eyes are blue.
Oh, come on.
This face, this chin, the hairline, trust me, the man I am looking at is a total stranger.
Please, Glenn, you're scaring me.
Well, think of what it's doing to me. I had a face. Not great, but pretty decent looking, I thought. Wait, where's the picture? I'll prove it to you.
Picture?
The one I knocked over when I turned off the radio.
I threw it away.
When?
Just now.
I was only in the bathroom for a minute.
I didn't want you to cut yourself. The glass was broken.
I know the glass was broken, but where's the picture, the photograph of the both of us?
In the trash.
What?
It was ruined. Don't worry, I'll have another print made.
I want to see it.
I put the trash bag in the hall. It's covered with coffee grounds and garbage by now.
Did you look at it?
I know that picture. It's you.
Of course it's me. That's what I've been telling you. It has to be. It was taken on our honeymoon.
You've hardly changed at all. Brown eyes, broad forehead, nice cheekbones, and that little scar. Oh, you can hardly see it.
I don't have any scar.
Glenn, I've had about enough of this.
Yeah, so have I. I don't know what's happened to me.
You had a bad dream or something. It'll pass. You'll see. Now, put it out of your mind. Get dressed and go to work before...
Work? McCloskey will throw me out. I'm an imposter.
No, he won't. You're you. I know that. And so will he and Harry and everybody else in the office.
Inside, I'm me. But on the outside, who am I?
Morning, sir.
Good morning, Willard.
I know. Park it away from the other vehicles. Don't worry, sir. I'll take real good care of her. No dings allowed in my lot.
Willard, you recognize this car, right?
Sure do. Been parking it for you. How long is it now? A couple of years.
And you recognize me?
I should by now. Hey, thanks again for the Christmas tip. You didn't have to do that, you know. Mr. McCloskey pays me just fine, but, well, I sure did appreciate it. Got my girlfriend some French perfume. Oh, keys in the car?
Wait, just a minute.
Yes, sir.
What's my name?
Huh?
My name?
Oh, sorry. You want me to call you Mr. Holbrook?
Well, if that's who you think I am.
Well, who else would you be?
Well, that's a big question.
How's that, Mr. Holbrook?
Nothing, Willard. Just checking.
McCloskey Advertising, how may I direct your call? One moment, please. McCloskey Advertising, how may I... No, he's not in yet. Would you like his voicemail? Just a moment. Good morning, Mr. Holbrook.
What did you say?
I said good morning.
Yeah, I thought that's what you said. You know me then?
Of course, Mr. Holbrook. Is anything wrong?
No. No, everything's just fine.
Hi, boss.
Janice, can I ask you something?
Sure. I'll have your emails ready in a minute. A bunch came in overnight.
Do you notice anything different about me?
Let's see. Yeah.
You do?
New tie, isn't it?
No, I don't mean that.
You got a haircut?
Did I? Since the last time you saw me?
Well, maybe you didn't. I'm not sure.
But I'm the same man you worked for yesterday.
Unless you got a twin brother.
I don't.
I didn't think so. Now, let me see. Mr. Ashton's called twice already. You know how he is. Wants a conference as soon as you get in. And production needs your opinion on the Durant's layout. Mr. Holbrook? One of those mornings, huh?
Not really.
Am I missing something?
No. I am.
You didn't have your coffee yet. There should be some in the lounge.
Listen, Janice.
Yes?
You have a mirror?
Where?
In your purse?
Why?
Just wondering.
I think so, yeah.
Take it out, would you?
Okay. There's one in my compact.
Good. Open it.
Now what?
What do you see?
I don't understand.
Well, you see yourself, right?
Well, I hope so.
What if you looked in there and saw somebody else?
Like who?
A perfect stranger.
That would be something. I'm nowhere near perfect.
You're lucky.
I am?
Yeah. You've got the face you were born with.
So, Mr. Holbrook, which do you want? Mr. Ashton or production?
Neither one.
Pardon?
Is Harry in his office?
I think so.
Tell him I'd like to see him. Right away.
Mr. Ashton on line 1.
Well, I'll get back to him. Where's Harry?
I'm just calling.
Get him in here.
Yes, sir.
Well, what are you looking at? Nice scar there, buddy. Come in.
Glenn?
In the washroom.
I can come back later if...
Be with you in a minute. Have a seat.
Janice said you wanted to see me.
Yeah.
So what's up?
Just a little reality check.
What's that?
Harry, how long have you worked here?
Let's see. 3 years, isn't it?
Would you say that we know each other pretty well?
Sure do. Why?
And do me a favor.
No problem. You'll have to ask for your own raise, though. I don't even think McCluskey knows my first name.
If you had to give a description of me, what would you say?
To who? The cops? What'd you do?
Just tell me.
What you look like?
Yes. Describe me.
Is this some kind of test?
No. Play along for a minute.
Let's see. You're 5'9" or thereabouts, medium build.
What about my face?
Your face?
What does it look like?
I don't get it.
I know you don't. Please, it's important.
Oh, well, I don't know. Kind of a longer face, dark hair, what they call an aquiline nose, brown eyes.
Say the eyes again?
Well, they could be green, I guess. No, come to think of it, brown.
You're sure?
Hey, what's this all about?
Do I have any identifying marks?
Not that I know of. Never saw you in the gym, of course.
No scars?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
And where is it?
You can hardly see it.
Where?
On your cheek, the last time I looked. Hey, you okay in there?
You tell me.
Looking good. Very corporate. So, do I pass?
You get an A+, I'm sorry to say.
What's wrong?
If I told you, you wouldn't believe me. Thanks for coming by, Harry.
That it?
That's it.
Well, I'd better be getting back. Hey, want to grab some lunch later?
Why not?
Okay, then. Be seeing you.
Oh, Harry.
Yeah?
You still have that bottle of scotch in your office?
From the Christmas party? I think so. You want a belt?
I've got a client later. He might want one.
Be my guest. I'll send it over.
Thanks. Some ice, too?
You bet.
Yeah, I've got a client, all right. And if he doesn't want a drink, I know somebody who does. My old pal, Scarface here. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the strangest one of all? there. That ought to take the edge off. Maybe one more. Now, let's have another look at that mirror. Eyes front and center. Here we go. 10, hut! Stop looking at me!
Mr. Holbrook? Where? Mr. Holbrook!
There she is. Lucky Janice. The lady who knows herself.
You've cut your hand.
He never laid a glove on me. Give me a Band-Aid, would you, sweets?
What happened? You're bleeding.
He was here, Mr. McCluskey, just a little while ago.
Hi, Harry. What's going on?
Wrap a towel around it for now.
Nah, it's only a little scratch.
What's going on here?
There was a crash, Mr. McCluskey. I came in as soon as I heard it.
7 years. Bad luck.
Here, Glenn, sit down.
Holbrook, have you been drinking?
Surely you jest.
Glenn's not a drinker, Mr. McCluskey.
Not until now.
Leave us.
But his hand.
Look at that. Towel's turning pink. Pretty, huh?
Where's the first aid kit?
In my desk.
Bring it here, if you please, Miss Bentley. And then kindly leave us. I'll take it from here.
Certainly, sir.
At least the bottle's only half empty. Thank heaven for small favors.
Here it is, Mr. McCluskey.
Hold all his calls for now.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you in a while, Glenn.
Sure, Harry, old boy.
Now then, do you mind explaining yourself?
The mirror broke when it saw me.
Never mind about the mirror.
Have a drink, JJ. It's single malt.
I think you've had quite enough. You know, Ashton says you haven't talked to him all morning, and you've got Crawford sitting on his hands in production. Now, that means the whole campaign is delayed.
I'll get a new mirror. Have to paint it black, though. I don't like what I see.
Holbrook, you're a good man, but you've got to get a hold of yourself. Give me your hand.
Too late to fix me. The damage is done.
If I thought so, I wouldn't bother. Yeah, this is going to sting.
What is it? Ow!
You've been putting in a lot of hours at the agency. Pushing yourself too hard.
Well, glad you brought it up, JJ. See, it wasn't really me. All this time I thought it was, but...
Hold still.
You don't have to do that.
I know I don't. But I believe in the personal touch, especially for those who've stayed with me through thick and thin.
You're wrapping up my hand like a mummy. Does that mean I'm already dead? I must be, because...
Shh, quiet. You're in no condition to discuss anything. I want you to take the day off.
What for?
Make it the rest of the week. There, that ought to hold you. Just a superficial cut. Now, go home. Put some food in your stomach and sleep it off. Then we'll talk. You're not yourself.
You don't think so either? Thanks, JJ. Thank you very much.
Holbrook.
Those are the first understanding words I've heard all day.
Continue, please, Mrs. James.
I'm not sure what you want me to say, Doctor.
Anything that comes to mind. You still have a few minutes.
Well, as I've told you, I have trouble sleeping, and every little thing seems to set me off.
Perhaps that's it.
It?
The cause of your irritability. The domestic discord.
Lack of sleep? Well, my physician did say I need more exercise.
No, that's addressing the symptoms. But what is the root cause? Let's try a different tack. How do you feel toward your husband?
It's not his fault. He works hard.
I'm sure he does. But you said there's financial strain. Do you wish he had a better job?
Oh, every woman wishes that. We marry them and they promise us the moon and we wait and we wait and...
Yet some women are happily married, are they not?
Well, all I can say is they must know something I don't.
Perhaps they do. However, that's not the issue. You can't make him over, you know.
Oh, sometimes I wish I could.
You're angry at your husband for not making enough money. But you can't face that about yourself, so you sublimate it. The result, it comes out in little ways. You can't sleep, bicker endlessly. Yes?
Your 2 o'clock is here.
Thank you, Louise. I'm sorry, Mrs. James. Your hour is up. See you Tuesday.
But what am I supposed to do until then?
I see 2 choices. 1, go to a financial counselor, or 2, trade your husband in for a new model.
Well, what's been your experience, Doctor? You're married, I take it.
Alas not. Good day.
He'll see you now.
Dr. Blackwood?
How do you do, Mr. Holbrook?
I really don't see any point to this. It was my employer's idea.
Here's the file, Doctor.
Why don't you sit down, Mr. Holbrook?
And wait for it to all go away? Tried that. Didn't work.
As you wish. Let's start with the facts. You believe you woke up a few days ago with... a face that wasn't yours.
Don't tell me. It's all in my mind.
You went to your office expecting that no one would recognize you, but they did. So you started drinking as a form of self-medication?
And I smashed a mirror. Don't forget that. McCloskey never will.
Mr. McCloskey is responsible for your being here. He thinks a lot of you.
Why shouldn't he? I've given him 5 years of my life, and he has an option on the rest.
I take it he considers you almost a son. Someone worth salvaging.
I'm an investment. At least the old Glenn Holbrook was.
Was he?
Well, compared to this, yes. How would you like it if you had to wear this face for the rest of your life?
The question is why it bothers you so. Won't you have a seat?
I'm not lying down on the couch.
Whatever you're comfortable with. Now, let's look at the situation. Doesn't it seem unlikely that you're the only person who finds your face unfamiliar?
Well, that's putting it mildly.
But is it the truth?
I don't know what the truth is anymore.
What does your wife say?
She thinks everything's hunky-dory.
So she would have to be in collusion with the others, part of a conspiracy. Why would she be?
I don't know. You'd have to ask her.
Is she happy with your job?
I assume so.
How about everyone else?
I get along pretty well. McCloskey likes me.
So she'd have to be doing it on her own. But unless she's got a motive, and the magical power to cloud men's minds or alter the fabric of reality, they're all seeing you as you are, and always were.
Well, that would explain it, but...
Now, if everyone sees you that way, then you're the only one who thinks you're any different. Isn't that right?
I guess so.
Ergo, the trouble is not with them, but with you.
So it is all in my mind.
These books are filled with case histories, Mr. Holbrook. Many of them far more bizarre than yours. When a man finds the world he lives in too hostile, too evil, too miserable, he sometimes invents a new one that fits him better. He then takes his leave of this world, so to speak, although he remains physically in it.
That's what happened to me.
It fits the pattern.
So it'll help me if I see the pattern. How does that work? Even if I know it, I'll still be messed up, won't I?
We have to go back to primal causes. The underlying question is, how do you know what you know?
Philosophy 101. Epistemology.
But did you understand it?
I passed the class in college, if that's what you mean.
Look, it's really very simple. If each of us existed in his own world, the universe would be chaos. The conflict is between consensus and individual perception. But science is about what can be verified, and one human mind is too fragile to rely on. Without a common ground, where would we be? Lost somewhere in the stars, I should say.
But why would I invent the memory of a completely different face?
Because your inner self is trying to tell you something. The thing to do is to live with it. Accept it.
Easier said than done.
Nothing is easy, Mr. Holbrook. The longest journey begins with, you know, the rest. I suggest a series of sessions, 3 times a week to start. Is that agreeable?
If it'll bring back the face I was born with.
That's up to you. But I would say the prognosis is most favorable. Now, if you don't mind, I'll ask you to fill out an insurance form for your health provider. Louise will fax a copy to McCluskey's office.
You don't have any mirrors, do you?
There's one in my washroom. Why? Verification.
No. I know what I'll see. You better keep it locked up while I'm here so I don't start busting up the place.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Willard.
Been a while.
Yes, it has.
Well, welcome back. I know, park it in a safe place. Don't worry.
I wanted to thank you.
For what?
Taking care of my car.
When?
That day, last month, when I took a cab home. I left it here for how long, a week?
Oh, don't worry about it. Mr. McCluskey said you were sick.
I was, but I'm all right now. The key's in the ignition.
Got it. Say, what's the long package?
Oh, I almost forgot. Something from my office. Hand it to me, will you?
Sure thing.
Thanks. Oh, and Willard?
Yeah?
You wouldn't know where I could borrow a hammer, would you? There. All done.
Brand new mirror, huh?
Yep, got it at the home shack on the way to work.
That should make old McCluskey happy.
The least I could do.
You really had him going. Now, if I'd broken that mirror, I'd be out on my ear.
Hand me the towel so I can polish it up.
There you go.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Hi there, ugly.
Don't talk about yourself that way.
Well, it's true. Does anybody like their own face, especially with a scar?
Oh, will you come off that? It hardly shows, I tell you.
Mr. Holbrook?
In here.
Mr. McCluskey's here to see you, sir. And, Mr. Holbrook, I just wanted to say, it's good to have you back.
It's good to be back. And Janice, please call me Glenn from now on.
If you like, sir. I mean, Glenn.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Shannon. Part of the welcoming committee?
You bet.
What have you done in there, Holbrook? A new medicine chest? You didn't have to do that.
On the contrary, Mr. McCluskey, I'd like to make amends, and this is a start.
Well, I'd better get back to work.
See you at lunch, Harry. And remember, I'm buying this time.
Sure, Glenn.
You're doing well. Blackwood thinks so too.
Oh, thank you, sir. I owe you an apology.
Water under the bridge. A man has a right to let go once in a while. I've done some funny things in my time too.
Really, Mr. McCloskey?
Tell you about them someday. I just wanted to stop in and say hello. We'll go on as if nothing happened. Okay, by you?
More than okay. Onward and upward.
That's the spirit, my boy. If you need advice about anything, you let me know. My door's always open.
Thank you, sir.
Call me JJ.
Ready to turn in?
Soon as I finish with my hair.
Everything's locked up. I'll set the clock. Am I forgetting anything?
My, aren't we full of energy tonight?
You don't know the half of it.
That's a good start.
Smell that air. Reminds me of our honeymoon.
It does?
Makes a man happy to be alive.
I'm glad you feel that way. For a while there.
That's all over. I've joined the human race again.
You don't know what a relief that is.
Time to do my exercises. 1, 2, 3, 4.
But tell me honestly, Glenn. You don't still think that...
I don't think anything.
I mean that business about your face.
I'm still not sure if it's mine.
Glenn.
But so what? There are more important things in heaven and earth. I've still got you and a job. I guess I'll just have to live with it.
Is that what the psychiatrist said?
Yeah, and it took. And looking at Blackwood, I thought, well, it could have been worse. What if I woke up with his face or JJ's? How would you like that?
I like you the way you are. Even if McCloskey thinks you've hit the glass ceiling.
What do you mean? He's about to give me a promotion.
Oh, what if he does? You're not going anywhere with that agency. The handwriting's on the wall. They're on the way down.
Well, all I can say is they better not be. Kind of late for me to change horses.
It's never too late.
Well, if I go somewhere else, I'd have to start from scratch.
Oh, I don't know. There's always room for a fresh young face.
What kind of face?
Take a look in the mirror.
I'm looking. I'm a lot of things, Claire, but young isn't one of them. You know, when I first saw this new mug, I thought it was ugly. But that's because it was so different. Now, I've decided it's not such a bad old face after all.
That's what I thought.
I
mean, I've always thought that.
I think I'll keep it. The scar gives me a certain air of distinction, wouldn't you say?
Sexy is the word I was thinking of.
Not strange?
Not to me.
Good. How's it feel?
I'd say that's a very good start.
Come to bed.
Be right there. I just have something to do first. Five black candles to form the pentagram. By one flame united. Asmodeus, Lord of Darkness, hear my plea. I summon your power. Magic words of Samothrace. Give my man a comely face.
right.
Go get him, Tiger.
Yeah, I hear that. You awake already?
I had some cleaning up to do.
You should sleep in.
Did that. Better get a move on.
Right. What in the... Claire? Claire!
What?
Look at me! Look!
Why?
Please, just do it.
I'm reading.
Where's my scar?
What scar?
The one on my face.
You've never had a scar.
I did yesterday.
Did you have a bad night again?
A bad night? What are you talking about, Claire? Look! This isn't me!
Of course it is. And quite handsome, I must say. Just like one of the male models in this magazine.
Where? What is going on?
Relax, Glenn. Go with the flow. You'll see. We'll both feel better. After you have your morning coffee.
Glenn Holbrook, a man who may or may not know himself after all, who believes the old homilies about turning over a new leaf, and that a good night's sleep can make a new man of you, whether you need it or not. Tonight's object lesson about cause and effect in the Twilight Zone.
Hi, this is Carl Amari, producer of the Twilight Zone radio dramas. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about our official website at twilightzoneradio.com, where you'll get the latest news and information on these Twilight Zone radio dramas. Plus, at twilightzoneradio.com, you can digitally download 3 free episodes or any of our episodes for only $1.95 each. In this age of ever-changing technology, we've decided to make these episodes instantly available to you by making the Twilight Zone radio dramas a digital download-only series. This means that this series will no longer be offered on CD. The CD collections at our website are now being offered while supplies last at buy one, get one free. So be sure to get your favorites before they're sold out. Be sure to visit us often, and I'll see you in the zone.
Who Am I? Starring Sean Astin with Stacy Keach as your narrator was adapted for radio by Dennis Etchison and written for The Twilight Zone by Jerry Soule. Heard in the cast were Alyssa Fraden, Nick Sandys, Norm Waddell, Rick Peoples, Fernette Lebo, Kurt Nabig, Meg Thalken, Heidi Klefstad, and Sarah Court. The producers of The Twilight Zone wish to thank CBS Enterprises and the Rod Serling Estate for making this series possible. This copyrighted radio series is produced and directed by Carl Amari for Falcon Picture Group. Custom Foley effects, sound design, and mixing are done in the Cerny American Sound to Picture Theater by Cerny American creatives Bob Benson, Todd Beyer, Craig Lee, and Tim Cerny. To learn more about the Twilight Zone radio dramas and to contact us, visit our official website at twilightzoneradio.com. Doug James speaking.
Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe.